Hi, Hamish here from mortgagesonline.co.nz. The rating valuations have just come out. What does it mean? Does it mean that you can borrow more? Does it mean that you will pay more on rates? So yeah, getting a lot of those questions today, so I thought I'd better put this out and answer some of those questions. So, does it mean you can borrow more? Not necessarily. The banks haven't really been relying on council valuations or government valuations for a long time. They all tend to have their own systems of getting a kind of a desktop valuation, they call it, or evaluations, which kind of gives them a rough idea of what the house is worth. So that is not going to change in a hurry. So no, a higher government valuation doesn't mean that you can borrow more necessarily. So can you sell your house for more? Well, the government valuation or the council valuation is really just a reflection of what the market is doing, and in that it's a very rough reflection. So that sometimes I meet clients and they have certain rules, like certain areas should have so much percentage over CV or GV, but really those rules are always changing, so they have never really been too useful for me. So I've actually been ignoring government valuations for a very long time. Does it mean that you will pay more in rates? I had a phone call today from someone saying, hey, my house has gone up 400 or 500 grand, I'll be paying heaps more in rates. No, not necessarily. So the council valuation or the rating valuation is really just done to figure out how to distribute the rates for Auckland. So really, if your suburb has gone up relative to other suburbs in Auckland, then you might see an increase. So just to give you an example of the kind of change we have had throughout Auckland, the actual New Zealand Herald have put a website tool up, and you'll find it in there in New Zealand Herald, Auckland Valuations. There's a tool in there. So looking at that, it looks like that really the big change is probably more around some areas in South Auckland. Some of those areas have seen big increases in prices, sometimes a lot bigger relative to what we've seen in more central parts of Auckland. So if you're deeper south in Auckland, you may see a bit of an increase really on your rates. Just because your house has gone up in value, it doesn't mean that you'll see any kind of increase in your rates at all. So yeah, look, I hope that has been helpful for you. And yeah, remember mortgagesonline.co.nz for your next mortgage. Thanks. See ya.